You were serious about that?
We're always serious about that. This is Tim. This is New York Giants Straight Talk, powered by Online Big Blue LLC. Want to talk about Tommy Devito? Top Gun Tommy. He will be starting against the vaunted Green Bay Packers. Lombardi. I said magic still lingers in the name. Doing my best, John Facenda, on Monday Night Football. Is it the right decision? Is it the wrong decision with Tyrod Taylor coming back? You always go to the old saying, you never lose your starting job due to injury. But then again, Tyrod also got the starting job due to injury. So this isn't a Wally Pipp moment. Lou Gehrig isn't sitting there. And hell, like I said, Tyrod Taylor's not Wally Pipp. Tyrod Taylor's at the end of his career. Tommy DeVito's at the beginning of his career. Brian Daboll has come out and said emphatically he will be starting Tommy DeVito on Monday against the Green Bay Packers. You know what? You all know what that means. Jersey Shore. Tommy.
Wait for the beat to drop.
Jersey Shore Tommy, back into his house at MetLife. I was going to say the Meadowlands, but it hasn't been the Meadowlands in years. Am I down for it? Am I not down for it? You know what? It's the right decision. Daboll's making the right decision. He's making the call early. He's making the call here on Tuesday. Tyrod Taylor is coming off the injury. He's been out for 4 weeks. Tommy has been getting the reps. Tommy's been playing in practice. Tommy's been doing what Tommy needs to do. I am concerned about this. Green Bay is not the team they were at the beginning of the season. The Packers aren't the New England Patriots. They're not the Washington Commanders. They just came off they just came off the 27-19 win over the Chiefs. They beat the Lions, who have a good defense. Good defense and good offense, 29-22. They took out the Chargers 23-20. So this is a team in the last 3 weeks has been hot. Matt LaFleur's got his team playing. And you take a look at this team, I don't think this is not a pushover game. And I hope that the Giants understand that, and I hope that the Giant fans understand for the idol that they have built up in Tommy Top Gun DeVito. I hope the fact that if he has any type of issues in this game, we don't tear him down as quickly as we built him up. Because certain Giant fans have a tendency to do that. And I'm curious about that. I'm curious to see what goes on. I'm curious to see how this plays out. The defense is going to have to step up. Jordan Love right now is only completing 61% of his passes, but he's got 22 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. And it's not like he doesn't have a little bit. It's not like he doesn't have some wheels. Has been sacked 24 times. You got the likes of AJ Dillon also out there. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is gonna, in reference to the running game. I'm just curious to see how this is gonna play out. And I think the defense is gonna have to come up like 7-Up. They're gonna have to come up big because of the fact that I have this feeling, and like I said, I have this bad feeling that, and I've said this before, I don't have a lot of bad feelings. And usually when I have bad feelings, I usually tell everyone, I usually say it. And a lot of times these bad, like I said, I always go back to the fact that the worst feeling I ever got as a Giant fan, I did a video the same day as this press conference, was the Joe Judge hire. The first thing that I told everyone was, I got a bad feeling about this guy. And I said, I think just something's, and I kept telling people, just something's not right. And I made sure that I spoke that opinion throughout his first season, throughout his second season. And I hate to say it, but I was right about that. So, there's just I just got a bad feeling that Tommy DeVito is going to come down to earth against the Green Bay Packers. You watch his stats are starting to dip a little bit. You go back to when you usually have a rookie quarterback. Go like Will Levis. He throws for 4 touchdowns in his first game, and it's kind of gone, not downhill, but his stats have gone down weekly. Because as teams develop more and more film and more understanding of the tendencies of certain quarterbacks and certain young players, the teams adjust. And I just have this feeling that there are certain nuances of Tommy DeVito's game, which is why he was an undrafted free agent, that just are conducive to this being a bad situation. And if you take a look at the Packers, the Packers got a little giddy up on the rush, with Gray, Smith, and Clark, and even Wyatt. So it's not like they can't get after the quarterback. And the way our offensive line has played, I laughed because people are like, well, the offensive line's played better. You've given up like 20 sacks in 2 games. How's the offensive line played better? So I'm curious to see where this goes and how this plays out. I hope to God I'm 110% wrong. But if Tyrod Taylor came into the game on Monday, it is a Monday night game, yes. I would not be shocked. I would not be. You could bowl me over with a feather. And like I said, this has nothing to do against Tommy DeVito's great story. Has nothing going on like that. But the Packers aren't going to be a pushover team. They're 6-6 right now. They have some quality depth at the wide receiver. They have a good running back. They have a quarterback that's kind of coming into his own. They have a pretty good defense. They have some injuries right now in the defense, but like I said, if you take a look at what they've done in the last 6 weeks, they're 4-2. They lost to the Minnesota Vikings, and then they beat the Rams, and the Rams are starting to come on a little bit too. And like I said, then it's just one of those things. They just seem to be picking up the pace right at the right time. And I kind of hope, like I said, we don't fall into that pattern for them. And like I said, it's just one of those things that you look at this situation, and if there is a game on national television that is ripe for Tommy to come down to earth a little bit, it's gonna be Monday night. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be negative. I'm not saying that because I'm not a Giant fan. I'll be at the game. I'm just saying that it's if you look at all the factors that have gone on to build up Tommy's success, you need to also look at the factors that could potentially bring him back down to earth a little bit. And one of those things is going to be the Green Bay Packers defense. Like I said, if you take a look at what he did against New England, I mean, New England had a good defense. It's not like we were moving the ball exponentially, But like I said, I just hope Giant fans that have built up Tommy so much, if he throws 3 interceptions in the first half, that you still have that love for the kid, and you don't tear him down like he was a false idol for 2 weeks, because that would just be Bush League. Oh, we got a big video coming out tomorrow. I can't wait for it. You saw the thumbnail on the live stream yesterday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And as always, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'd be awesome.